Mic check. I think it works. Alright. Alright. There it is. Wait for it. No, that's just making it loud for myself. How the fuck? Alright, I think that's pretty low. What's up, y'all? If you're watching this right now, you're getting the spaceship set up. It's actually a spaceship now, pretty much. You're in the lobby. I'm changing tunes, all that other stuff. Dude, Bud Green just went crazy with his name. Zencel Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, Zenzel Washington in the chat today. He had to do it to him. What up, Tony? What up, Zen enthusiasts? My African Zenian brother. Shout outs from so you're gonna have to sound this out for me, but I think it's Soweto, SA, South Africa. What up, though? What up? Let's start the show. Dun dun. What's up, y'all? What up, world? What up, YouTube? What up, cyberspace? This your boy, Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace, the DJ / producer. That's what I do. I make beats. What you hear in the background, that's the beat I made. I'm glitching a little bit. Let me know if the glitch is crazy. Let me see the feedback here. Let's see. All right. I'm over here testing out some new shit. Wonder if it's just glitching on my side, not on the stream. I think so. Y'all getting a little glitch too. Womp womp. So we got the green screen growing, but it's glitching. First time. We're getting this right for 24, guys. We're gonna get it super turned up in 2024 and fucking do it right. Do it right, do it right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix the glitch. Whatever, dude. This is gonna be on the first one. I think I know why it's glitching, and I think I can fix it, but not right now. What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? How's it going, cyberspace? This your boy, Crypto Bruh. You know the cadence, and I already said it. I just noticed the glitch. Today is December 11th, 2023. Very, 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 very close to 2024. 4 days away from that shit being 50%. Think of it as a loading bar. Literally 50% away from being into a whole new year. Everyone's gonna be feeling new. And yeah, crypto's doing its thing. Weekend was really, really nice in Zenland. We are seeing like a significant pullback right now, and it's, in my opinion, it's fine. I think it's really healthy for what's happening right now. Oh, okay, I hear it. There's the robot. I hear the robot too. A little bit glitchy. Shit's wild, man. I know I'm trying to get the green screen going. Look at me, my hat sideways. Trying to get the green screen going. But it was working before I went live. Now that it's live, it's all glitchy. So I gotta finesse it as we go. You know how this goes, man. That's how we live in the Zen world. We could be finessing on the move. But yeah, so where is it at? It's where I'm talking into the microphone. Should be sounding like a robot too. All right, this is gonna be upgraded as well. The show's gonna get pretty cool, man. I plan on having way more interactive stuff going forward. I think I'm gonna start taking this pretty serious and start making the shorts that I talked about all year long. But just like a blockchain, man, it takes a lot. building out a YouTube and making it so that YouTube works for yourself, man, that shit is a lot of work. And I've basically been doing research and development on just being a YouTuber and how much work goes into really being a YouTuber. So I'm icing it. Hopefully it's gonna, in my opinion, it's gonna slowly, gradually get better going into full-blown attention on Zen and all that other stuff. So let's talk about it, man. Because that's what's crazy right now is, yeah, Zen is having a wild pullback on a Monday morning, right? Let me take off all these science lines. And right now I'm looking at the monthly. So Zen, I mean, I'm slowly starting to chart it away from every day. Because, I mean, it moves in days, but it also is moving now with a herd of Zenians that understand how it works. And what I mean by that is Zen is a distribution, its main idea is about distribution. And the way that it's distributed to the people interacting and participating, that distribution is the fairest that I've ever seen. There we go. That's what it is. Okay, I'm not close enough to this thing. That's what it is. Different angle. But yeah, so this is probably one of the most fair cryptos out. And now there's different types of groups inside of this. And you can almost say like the whole first year of Zen was discovery. And a lot of people in these types of fair cryptos, they usually sell it all the way. Now what's wild about Zen is when it came out, it had no liquidity, right? So people who understood how liquidity worked, they jumped on it, they made liquidity pools, and they made a bunch of money on the way down on Zen. Now this is kind of cool too, to see that, like, hey, what does the bull market look like with all these people running in with all this new liquid crypto? Because it's gonna be liquid crypto, like not like old times, in my opinion, when people would just rush in and then, yeah, they're here and they're like in ETH and they're not going into anything else. I think we're gonna start seeing people coming in. They're gonna be ramping in on Avalanche. They're gonna be ramping in on Polygon, ramping in on Solana. You know, they're gonna be the new liquidity, old liquidity, which we're all subjective to. They'll just be finding where they can take the vibes from the new entries. Now that's something I think is really interesting to take away from this year, is that this really worked. Because it did see a tiny pump back in March, April. Even though we've been on a decline all the way throughout the rest of the year, I still feel like this pullback is healthy for the team. For the team. So let's dive in a little further past the month, now that we can see, because now we're getting into basically dip zone, where I believe we're in a bull market already. So this whole pullback on the whole crypto market, if your season is a real dip, like this is when they say buy the dip, right? Because to go lower would mean that the narrative is changing. But even in Bitcoin land and all of all of the speculation that's going on with here, we'll go to Cypher's Prime's page, Cypherius, excuse me. You posted about it. But yeah, so like let me bring up TradingView too. You know, I like to compare and contrast. Damn, now this mouse is tripping. Dude, my computer says today is the day I die. Today is the day. What up, Quantum? What up, Subran? Bleh. I'm invested for 2 years. What will be the price of Zen, sir? 0. Under a penny. I don't know, man. I can't really, I mean, my price prediction is still like Zen's a top 5 crypto by 26. The next 3 years, Zen is a top 5 crypto. X1, Xenium, or XNN, and then XN. All of that stuff, like our ecosystem, top fucking 5. So the sky's the limit. What we're seeing here in Bitcoin right now is just like this crazy manipulation. Like what? They stopped it. But then again, if you're bearish right now and you were bearish to like, let's say 50K, like, oh, Bitcoin's going to 50K. you have this in your, you know, in your repertoire of like, this is a possible outcome. There's a possibility that people will dump all their Bitcoins at a certain extension of the pump, just because why not take profits, right? So a lot of people going long got wrecked. And like, yeah, so this is like a leverage manipulation, and I don't really feel like it's anything that's making me nervous. Like, I'm not afraid. Again, I'm thinking that right now is the same thing that happened in 2016. And I've shown this before, but just in case it's your first time watching me, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to the bag. 24, let's go. But so in 2016, this is when like Bitcoin was just going up. 2017, this is when Bitcoin was doing different activities, right? Marching to 20K and really changing the way that a lot of us thought about how this worked, right? This part, when I got into crypto right here, this introduced me to the future. Right now where we are in this chop over here, again, I'm waiting to feel what I felt in this zone, and I haven't felt it yet. We almost felt it in 21, but the NFT shit was too high, man. Like NFTs was ruling 21 and created the top. Token people, as of myself, I'm in it for the tokens. Yeah, we were paying high gas fees for no fucking reason. So like, basically, long story short, 22 should have been a sell-off, and 23 is doing exactly what it should be, which is continuing the mission, because Bitcoin as a asset is still a commodity, so it's not a security. And yeah, there's all this infrastructure that's already built for it, so that's why it's surviving. Some would say, oh, it's surviving because it's a boomer coin and people don't sell. I think it's surviving because it's easy to build around both community and product. Like, if you want to build any product in crypto, you just say this shit does something with Bitcoin, and then people go, oh, they perk up, you know. And now that's why I think ordinals are fire on Bitcoin, because it brings the artist and the entrepreneur to the Bitcoin blockchain. Usually you can't be there because there is zero DeFi, but with ordinals and Taproot, it does introduce that technology to the Satoshi. How about that? How about that? That's how people can fucking remix it. It brings the technology to the Satoshi, man. How can you deny that? Like, you just want it to be back and forth. That shit don't make any sense. Like, this is not a quantum experiment, bro. It doesn't need to go back and forth. Nah, we need to get this abstract. So basically, over in ordinal land, over the weekend, they got served. That's how, man, let me sip this water. Or it's not water, but it's coffee, but I love this PlayStation cup. Sponsor me, PS1. PS Fun. What up, dang? What up, Remy? Have you heard of BRC20 spam? Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying right now, Quantum. This is hilarious because now they're saying that this stuff, they're like, that's what I'm saying. They sent them the letter. Hey man, we're really gonna take this all the way. So we'll see if this affects anything. Again, what it is at the end of the day, it's just technology on top of base layer. That's why you're seeing these inscriptions pop up all over the place. Even on Avalanche, what is it? I'm gonna go to this guy. This dude, he got it all. Damn, Jesse, not even here? What the fuck? But yeah, so Avalanche has inscriptions now. I don't even know how to do it. Oh, there it is. So this whole like put content on top of the base layer, this is now a narrative. This is now something people will run with, because it lowers the gas fee, but it pumps the gas fee, on Avalanche, it's doing the opposite. It's like pumping gas, and it's giving you a lower place to make tokens. But you can then, do inscriptions and things like that with art. I haven't really seen that happen in here yet. Everyone's just kind of making tokens. But yeah, so this is I don't know what the fuck this is actually at. I don't really understand it, because as someone who's been in crypto, I don't know why you would want to bypass the given stack of technology to do the most basic stack of technology. But I guess some people are hyped about this shit because it's the fairest way to launch stuff. Me personally, I'm like, okay, cool, launching stuff, like making our own sweaters and stuff. Like, that's dope, but how can we integrate this into, the philosophy of we're going forward with cryptocurrency, right? So we'll see where inscriptions go. I think they're really cool on other chains, but on Bitcoin, it's like almost like it's saturating the idea. Now that everybody's on it, they're pumping, because there is some spam on here. So this shit just threw a wrench in Taproot. It's almost like everybody in this area has to get really organized and either be ready for a fork, or like they're gonna have to move. Like something right now is about to happen. Something's about to move. But I'm very curious on who's gonna move. I'm gonna follow both sides. So I'm ready to watch that fork in the road happen, and then see what goes down on both sides. But yeah, this is gonna be very fascinating in the next 3 to 4 months. And this is kind of why, like, again, with the ordinals, I was saying it's an experiment. Everything that's happening over there, everyone's trying to build out whatever the future holds. And then now you've got, again, people who feel like it's spam, and it makes sense. I mean, have you seen the meme pool? And I've also seen that, like, some people, they can't get their transactions through because so many people don't really know how to use Bitcoin. And then the transactions get stuck. And then now their product is stuck in a transaction because the person on the other side didn't apply enough Bitcoin. And yeah, that's actually annoying. And there's still more to it that needs to be built before this is like ready for mass adoption. But it's a great look for the industry, because it's like, cool, we got this way to build on top of Bitcoin if we want to, just to prove Bitcoin has technology outside of P2P. And maybe it's a little sloppy right now, so they got to bring it back. And again, that's what's cool about what we got going on in Zen World. Zen World is organized in its sense of emissions and how it all works together. So with the VMPX hanging out in Bitcoin and on Ethereum, once X1 chain drops, we'll have a layer for Bitcoin to help relieve this experiment of what is it like on just base layer, right? Then people can come to X1 chain, do BRC20 exchanges and all that other stuff, and then flip-flop back to Bitcoin, and so on and so on. So scaling is on the way for this. It's just right now, these people are in the hot seat. That's gonna be easy to rug. So in these days of our lives, yeah, the rugs might be happening. But again, looking at the way that Bitcoin performed in 2016, you'll see a very similar pattern here. We'll go to just months. And this right here is the Bitstamp chart. If you're trying to chart crypto from an OG to a YG, make sure you get the oldest living chart. Try to find that, as that's the like primary discovery, right? Once you find the oldest chart, you can get the most data, and you can, filter back to previous times in history, right? History repeats itself. I also like the one where people say just look left. All of that stuff is important when you're starting your vision in charting. So I like to use Bitstamp, one of the oldest charts of Bitcoin, dating all the way back to 2012. So pre Binance and pre Coinbase. So yeah, that's what I mean by that. But looking back at this right here in 2016, so you'll see here, it wasn't easy going to 20K, right? I got into crypto right in this area in 2013. Like this summer right here when it tipped over, my homie put me on because he sold a bunch of Bitcoins. I couldn't understand it. He was this candle or this wick right here. Yeah, the journey began. I didn't start buying Bitcoin and cryptos until right here when Ethereum released the ERC20. All right, so the ERC20 didn't just come out with ETH. ETH as a virtual machine came out, and then came out smart contracts, and then came ERC20s. So that's the lineage of everything programmable in crypto. It was back and forth, selling coins, smart contracts, smart ass coins, and then we're here today. But yeah, in this moment right here, this was when people were like starting to sell their Bitcoins to get into like Ethereum and other coins. Like everything was being introduced. The euphoric pump already happened. Then we had that pullback, you know, from Bitcoin going to $1,000 from $100, right? That was pretty nuts. Some people thought that $100 in 2013 was like it, which is also pretty nuts to think, being that it's 2023. 10 years ago, it's like, damn, we had a time machine. But no lie, 10 years ago, the motive or the narrative was hold for 10 years. Everyone was saying that in this era. Hold for 10 years if you believe in it. And, you know, they made out. If they still hold into this day because they were listening to Satoshi and not listening to the press or the media or whatever you want to call it, you know, those people really won. Anyone who's listening to the media or the loudest one in the room, how about that? They were caught up in this chop. And then the same goes for this right here. I think this was a solidified moment in cryptocurrency, and I'm very proud to have come in 2016-17, because the FUD battle in this moment was insane. You had Wall Street trying to come into crypto, and ETF talk was happening already in this era. And you had ICOs and all this other stuff going on the ETH side of things. So it's very similar to today with how you have things going on Bitcoin, things going on Ethereum. Now Cardano is like randomly coming back into relevance. AVAX is just pumping like there's no tomorrow right now. Right? This is the monthly, so it's really pumping. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I got a lot of Zen mints over here. Zen is really, really dope on Avalanche. And if Avalanche is successful, Zen is successful on Avalanche, because I'll be over there. I got my mints, Brett. Let's go. We got a lot of adapts. We just got to adapt to this brand. I think like, I don't know really how to do it as a community, but we just got to get people from Avalanche to know that Zen exists. That's the last element we're missing as a community when it comes to the chains we had, and we're slowly getting to it. I can see it too from this weekend, and like so Avalanche is pumping, and this is even having a look at this shit. Oh my gosh! But mainstream will tell you right now, yo, this is it. So looking at what's happening here, this feels like 2016, right at the end of 2015 to 16. It pumped all the way, and then it just became a FUD battle all the way to 20K. But anybody who got in right here in this part of the rally, they had ideology versus the media. So you're literally living through it again. It feels just like it. So I'm expecting to have these really sharp sell-offs, because that's just manipulation to the upside. We're seeing that on Zen too. It's kind of wild to see it on Zen though. Like, you look at the monthly over here, because now we're starting to band out, and yeah, I would say like this doesn't look really good. But then at the same time, I wonder, because it's fair, if this would do the opposite and actually pump because everybody's looking to get lower ETH Zen. Because if it goes lower, these gas prices are real. Like, these gas prices are not fucking around. So people are starting to realize this, and we only seen profitability yesterday for Zen for like a couple hours. So yeah, yesterday at 8 p.m., 7 p.m., and then really early in the morning, right? So there was some profit to be made on Sunday, but it was barely tap dancing on profit. Because you really want to be in the teens. Teens, you're like making some bag. Like, you're actually, if you're doing Zenterions, like max mints, you're probably making quite a bit of extra Zen, like as extra capital to sell or keep. But when you're looking at these higher gas prices, you're looking at selling all the Zen for the ROI. So it becomes more of that question of like, well, do I want to sell it all or do I want to sell it all? Because once we get back to this 35 over 25, this is officially like you're tight roping on profitability in Zen. 53.41, you're not making anything. You're betting on people coming later and minting at like 100 Gwei at 40. So do I think people will mint at 100 Gwei? Yes, I saw it happening when I've seen people mint at 100 Gwei already. So I know people are gonna do it. But in this future of present, would people do it? Hell no. So this is a great time to manipulate the price and take profits. But again, the people who are taking profits right now, it's a fair launch and they basically made the Zen. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Yesterday, I saw somebody take a massive amount of profit. So here, we'll look at this account. What up, Busy? Bro, are you in Titan? What if I am? How about that? We'll do Struder's cat experiment on whether or not Crypto Bruh is in Titan. Only you know what's in the cat box. For you, only what was it? Only we'll check on the cat and see if the cat is dead or alive on the Titan. But I'm 100% Zen, and I don't think Titan will last more than 5 years. For sure. Well, I'm very surprised it still lasted this long, but it might pull like a hex, so it could last 2 years. But we'll see how long it lasts. I'm rooting for it to last as long as it can last. But man, you're a slave to the ETH. That shit sucks. It sucks being a slave to the ETH. Because now it's like, man, if there's no ETH, fuck that shit. And then it's selling, get away from it. So cool thing about Zen is it's not hyper focused on where is the ETH or where are the ETHs. It's more focused on integration and migration, I guess you can say. Like how Xenify is using Zen as a OFT token to bring flexibility around layer 1 as an idea. The flexibility is fucking insane because now VZen is on every network and it's a burn token. It's a compound token. We can do whatever we want with it. And it's more, you know, it gets really, really nuts because it brings all 10 chains together. And it's like powered. It's like a power token more than it is like a burn token. It brings like a whole new vision in. But like, that's what I'm saying. Everything in Titan comes after Zen. Unfortunate. It's like a Reebok or like an Adidas to a Nike. So maybe I'll do some analyzation on it, but it should be successful. That's like it is. There's nothing really more to it. I would love to see hear about how it's going to be like maybe integrated into Shopify, you know, going into e-commerce. I just don't know, man. I don't think it's going to do that at all. But with Zen has more capabilities to become an e-commerce token because of its inflation right now. And what's happening, which makes it even more nutty, because that's what I would see it as. You could do what XENBOX is doing. Here's a free idea, because I might have to make it because Omar tripping right now. Omar's so fucking focused on that dev fee. He need to let it go. But yeah. So XENBOX, what's really cool about this is you get the daily Zen. I'm gonna switch over. And with the daily Zen, I can use that Zen for anything. So essentially, XENBOX opens up a whole new Pandora's box where it's like, well, why don't we build on this idea of people spending money to get more, but using the staking address right now to lock in certain APYs. And it's just like the first person to get it gets the hit. Because this is really dope. Taking away the penalty and just using this as like a Zen farm. Fuck. That's how you make mass adoption. And you make a ton of coins, so then it would get super duper inflated. And then that would also dump the price. I wouldn't really care at that point. Because again, we're transitioning, and the transition in Zen is XENblocks. I know nobody wants to hear that. But the concepts all make sense. This needs to be in a crazy abundance. And then when it's in a crazy abundance, burning it won't be anything. It's an airdrop at that point. Now that's hopium. Hopium is that it becomes so fucking abundant that it's so cheap that everyone gets to participate. But in reality, that's not what's gonna happen. It's more like people are gonna miss the fuck out. Here, let me show you what I'm saying here. Let's look at this real quick. Maybe this is the dude. IDK, if you said yes or no. It's a question to ponder on. Okay, so yeah, this is our most recent dumper. So let's look at how much money this person spent to create this world and see if they ROI. Well, we can't really see it, but it's like the way that I've done the math now is these accounts are like one hit Aquitus. So right now you can kind of use their transaction account for one as the actual account. Okay, never mind. That's what I mean. So these people that are trying to control how much Zen is being dumped, they're using one account right now. Because again, the way that you make these mints is you make them and then you just claim them, right? And you can claim to a different wallet. So like if I look into the gas here, more details, and I were to decode this, well, I guess I gotta go input. Damn, what the fuck? How do I see it again? Damn. This one's different. Is this coin tools? I think so. Yeah. I don't know why it's not showing me, but usually I can see the other person's address. And then when I see their address, I'm able to see how they, like why they sent it here. Because whenever you claim Zen, you can send it to a different address. So since they're sending all of their like claim functions to one address, that means this person had 3,000 VMUs. Or not 3,000 VMUs, excuse me. They had 28, what the fuck? They had so many VMUs. Hold on, we gotta do this. Yeah, so like, cause they dumped it all. Dump it all. They dumped it all. And I can just look into here. I wish I had like a real good site to dive through all this, but I just do it on my own. So here I can see like, oh, 408 days ago. So yeah, these are like EAA dumps where people are selling all that extra inflation that came in the very beginning. And we're at the end of that because it's, even on my personal ones, they won't be as large when I get to March. But my biggest ones, those all ended August, September, October, November, December. So like these dumps are one specific wallet that has shit ton of Zen. And now when the Zen hits the market, people can just buy it and burn it. So essentially this person put the money and the energy behind doing it. So right here, they spent $426. right? And they had to do that. I mean, granted, they dumped some, so there's some transactions to take away because they just sold some, right? Actually, never mind. Yeah, we'll just do it based on how much Zen they have. Because this right here, this is how many transactions they made that were max mints. Like, it's crazy. And these people are selling pretty much for a loss right now. So yeah, what time's 128? Yeah, like, it's over like 400,000 VMUs. Or not, yeah. Oh, actually, never mind. This is three, my bad, I'm tripping. My bad. This is 3,000 VMUs. But when you put it all together, times the Zen over here, it's over like 900 or 100 billion Zen. And this Zen, once it hits the DEX, it's on the DEX. And then once people buy it and they burn it, this human being essentially just paid the ETH to bring the Zen into existence just to give it back to the community. So I don't know why the fuck they doing this shit, but there are a lot of smart whales that are smaller than whoever this is, unless this is like ET or whoever, you know, I don't really know who it is. It could be anyone in this planet Earth, you know? But it doesn't make me afraid because they could keep doing it, but at least it's getting smaller. It's getting smaller and smaller because the EAA is over, and then it's just base. And then once it's baseline, it's how much money you're spending to dump the price. Because there's also zero profitability. Once the gas is up, and I don't know how Titan works. I'm just in it. But you don't pay like extra gas for like what you do. It's not like Zen where everything is based on the gas component. So that gas component does affect the way that the inflation works here. And I can't wait, because whoever's dumping it right now, shout outs to them. Can we stay at these levels? I don't know. Because they're using, what else is funny too is like, damn, they happen to have mints ending right when BTC dumps. Like, what are the fucking odds? Like, what are the odds BTC has a kind of pullback? When you zoom out, it doesn't look that bad. But it's like, damn, BTC ended, and then this account just happened to have mints ending. They're like, for sure. Well, they've had these going for a minute though. So what these people do is they stack on one wallet for days. Oh no, this one, I guess this one is just like straight up here. Well, man, but whatever. I'm not worried about that. The holders are still going up. And again, that's the only reason it's like, I don't really care anymore about price on Zen, because it's so liquid that it's making a lot of sense. It's almost like if you're still waiting around for Zen to make you a millionaire, you're not working hard enough. I think if you're minting XENblocks and you're running nodes, you're becoming part of the system and you're gonna reap most of the benefits. So this is one reason why I was like, I'm going hard in XENblocks, like regardless to if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, like I'm gonna learn so that I can have the advantage when all this stuff becomes real and everyone else is like fiddling their fingers like, I'm gonna burn a bunch of Zen. It's like, man, that's the biggest competition out, is burning Zen with the world. Like, cause Zen's a world token. So the XENblocks is a more exclusive token, and it should have more value because it's proof of work. So we'll see what happens. You know, maybe somebody will be generous Zengen, and set up a faucet where you can burn Zen for XNM, I don't know. But yo, holding this 200 top rank or this top 300 rank is so hard. The difficulty is shot up. We're at like 106,000 difficulty. Yeah, there's more people moving into the ecosystem. This past weekend, with the Zen dump happening because of the classic user in the space. Jack Levin is back on his farm, and he's been farming engagement. And shoutouts to Had Ape. He posted a pretty funny one. But yeah, Zen seems to be alive on Twitter and stuff like that. That's the only reason it's like, yo, I can't. What am I gonna talk about with Titan? Like, I just don't know. Somebody tell me what's the future. Hey, if that's him and he's not at a loss, good for him. But that would be, I mean, then it would just, hey, that's good for him. It's for taking of profit. But that would also prove my point that if that's him, then it's like even more mysterious to see who's gonna come after him. Because one of these Chinese motherfuckers gotta come through, bro. And they're gonna fuck up the chart. I'm just waiting for them to do it. When they do it, I don't know. Will they do it? I don't think so. So that's what I mean. Like there's whales that are dumping, but I mean, there's not. I mean, I don't know. That's just it. It's still, it's good for. It's good. Everyone seems to be making money over there. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, but what do you call it? XENBLocks is on a different plane than Zen to help everything rotate for the Zen world. I thought he had it here. Come on, T. Now, Tad had something here from one of these spaces, because long story short, Jack Levin's been jumping into these state of Web3 spaces. And my assumption is that the people associated with this, one of them, his name is Fiddy, and Fiddy knows Tad. So they're all apes, they're all spaces hosts, but for some reason they've invited the vampire into their into their spaces. And it's been quite interesting tuning in. Like, I'm not usually listening in to spaces and stuff like that. So it's been pretty interesting hearing a different perspective of the industry, and getting out of the Zen world a little bit, in a more constructive conversation, not just like the world is flat. They're actually talking about business and in a sense of what is really waking me up to is there's a lot of people in crypto that are not working. And that is kind of to me, because I'm like, wait a second, why would I want to not work in crypto when I love crypto, or like, you know, I'm so invested every single day, and it's like, it doesn't matter, right? But it seems like what is corporate crypto is being built out right now by certain individuals inside of the NFT Web3 space. So these conversations, they're driving people towards like jobs and shit like that in the industry. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty fascinating. Like, this is probably why this thing is getting, you know, 26,000 people tuning into it. I think maybe it's this one. Let's see if I can find the JL clip. It's like a... Yeah, let's listen to this. Alright, I'm not gonna listen to this guy. But long story short, JL is going through new crowds to continue the mission of pushing the good word, which is Zen is fair for everyone. Now, what's funny about this one is a lot of these people are looking for airdrops. They're looking for creativity. They're looking to build, but yet they don't know what we've got cooking, and that's why we're setting up that technology platform for people to land on it. Similar to, I like how Joe Blau says it, people to land and expand within the X1 network. And he's been in these spaces every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, racking up some FaceTime and actually schooling these motherfuckers because, yeah, some people are just chilling. That's all they want. They want to just chill. So again, I think Zen is, I think it's transcending to a new area. And anyone who's selling at this current moment, they're selling because they either one, hate Jack Levin, two, hate Zen, three, want to make a very impulse move into something new. They're still like a Zenian, they're rooting for us, but they are impulsing into something new at the super bottom. Like, well, I shouldn't say super bottom. This was the super bottom, but right here we're back at the 72, right on the daily. So we're sitting right on top of the support as well. Uh, we're scooping up, and I still think we're reaching for the two, reaching for this 200, man. And we're one we're one community away from this shit because our community is strong. So it's not the Zenians that are selling the price. And now it is kind of up to Jack Levin to do the next step, which is, you know, where is this shit at? Bring in that extra, bring in those extra people who are looking for what Zen has to offer. And you know, I think it's time. I think it is really time for Zen as a full-blown product to start peeking our heads into other areas because we actually have something that people would want. And again, there's a hell of nodes. How many nodes now? Everything, all roads lead back to Zen, and that's why it's important that we have nodes popping off up to 146. Jesus, X1 nodes. That's pretty dope. Everyone's going ham. A lot of people are setting up their nodes are getting hip to the game because you're going to be able to mine XNM with running operations on X1 validation. And then that helps people who don't have proof of work but have smart ass computer mine mine the security token to further the security of XENblocks as a main, like, layer 0. And I think some people still don't understand, like, this is kind of what all of the research and development of 2022 and 2003 or 2023 is XENblocks. I'm still very curious why a lot of people rejected it in the beginning. Maybe it's because they just truthfully can't handle it. Like, it's just too much. For someone who's more curious and is, you know, I don't know, curiosity is really what brought me here. And I think everyone else that is in the space in XENblocks, they all seem to be crypto curious. They're like, yo, whatever's happening in the crypto world, like, I'm trying to be in it too. So it's a two-way street. There's not many people here for money. They all kind of came in the beginning. And then they all left once it turned to GPU. They were like, oh, the rules changed. Because it just naturally changed. You know, nature showed up and rules changed. But yeah, a lot of those individuals have left. So it was a very, very fast flush of hype. The hype was flushed very quickly. Now that we're in this area, the difficulty on XENblocks has gone up a whole bunch. And it's getting harder to get. Now is the time to start telling people about this. And this was kind of why I was trying to at least set up the people who were following me and, you know, following Zen. Yo, I think this is the move, right? I started 1 week late because I just couldn't comprehend what was happening. And I needed to do some research too. Like, I researched pretty much why the fuck we even have cables on the planet, bro. So I could try to see what's the philosophical version of why we need this. And I do understand it. Like, security layer in crypto is typically the coin that you mine. That's fine, but that's what makes Bitcoin manipulatable, because people, I mean, this is even more, I mean, this is a whole new world, I guess, of manipulation, because this is like leverage trading. So this is like us against ourselves, because you have a whole bunch of people who created smart contracts with Bitcoins inside of them, essentially, and they wreck each other, and they dump the price in order to flush those people out and take their money. So I guess realistically, Bitcoin is becoming pretty decentralized right now, because Michael Saylor's not dumping, and BlackRock isn't dumping, Coinbase ain't dumping, Binance ain't dumping. It's going to be a small community of people that always just kind of have ownership of something like this. So, like, network security is important. That's people holding the coin and supporting the coin. Again, that's probably why you're seeing people wanting to censor ordinals, because once you really look at it, it's like, damn, that shit is all over the place. It's not like Zen. Zen is stress testing every network. Bitcoin has been stress tested, but people actually use it. So the question then comes, are we gonna, go into the public park and just shit on it? Or are we gonna just have a little bit of society chaos where we know that the bolts are a little wrinkly and raggedy, but we're waiting for it to catch up to, our inception of what it is? In my opinion, that would be like forking away from this, like turning tap. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. It's gonna be nuts. It's either gonna be a soft fork or it's gonna be a really, really hard fork. Hard fork as in, like, it fucks with the ideology. And that's, again, another good look for XENblocks, because then it would be like, well, does that mean we need a more decentralized Bitcoin that is it's already pretty decentralized at 146 nodes? Binance only has 21 nodes, and CZ owns most of those. Maybe not anymore, but he still got his hand in the cookie jar, damn it. We up to 146, and this number is only achievable because people started mining XENblocks with their computers, and then all they did was turn on an operation listener node. Nothing but G thing. It's like, oh, I'll just turn this on, and then now you can mine even more XNM on top of mining regular blocks, hashing. And then as transactions come online, there might be people who want to do inscriptions on Xenium base layer. Then you're getting even more XNM from people doing transactions on top of the base. And XNM, it has a halvening every year. So in total, it's like total supply over the next 15 years is 620 million. It's nuts. It's pretty fucking nuts. Now, yeah, difficulty is at an all-time high. This is the highest it's been. Like, Jesus. And again, this is because there's actually miners coming online right now. Where is it, right? Let me see. I gotta zoom in because it looks so low. Oh, never mind. So we're not having miners come in. The hash power is going up and miners are going down, which means that people are turning off singular wallets and they're compounding back to one wallet. Or think of it that way, like what we had to do is turn on different machines that mine different addresses. So now the active miners are going down and the hashes are going up, because in my opinion, people are going back into wallets that or like they're consolidating into one wallet because the hash is going up. So it's harder to have multiple miners with different wallets. Before it was just super duper easy. But you can see here over time, in the last month, I wish we had more of a monthly view here. But over the last month, like 1,000 people have joined. And that's pretty significant, right? That means 500 or half of the people that join XENblocks just to test it out stay online. That's pretty nuts, bro. And as this number rises, these should slowly rise too. Now, do they blast off? That's possible. It is very possible that it could just take off because XENblocks doesn't have an identity yet in the P.o.W community. And that's, I believe, all orchestrated on purpose, because if you've been hearing about it, once it hits P.o.W, it's going to get nuts. And that's why I'm saying, please dump all your Zen right now before XENblocks takes off, and I can come back home. Okay? Because this is looking like it's also a monster when you look at the way that it's coming about, and how, again, Jack Levin is putting himself in larger spaces with people looking for layer ones. and then I've already heard him challenge Jack in a way where they said, like, dude, if you really want to shill, because his shill is good. He's not even shilling, he's just talking. But his shill is so good, they're saying you're gonna have to pay us to keep shilling because you're gonna fuck up our dynamics because of how dope your shill is. It's 50's fault. But nah, that's just how it is, man. It's just it's the facts, bro. The origin story of crypto is gonna always rule. You're gonna have to fork. Maybe we'll see what happens here. This is a crazy fork in the road. Like, do you fork out core devs? And then what is Coinbase support? What is Binance support? That's what happened when Bitcoin Cash forked from Bitcoin. It was like, which one is which one? And then they had to really distinctify, like, this is Bitcoin ABC and this is Bitcoin Cash. I didn't give a fuck though. I was already in Ethereum, like, not paying attention. AVAX and sending should AZEN start moving? Man, AZEN should start moving, but AVAX community does not give a fuck about Zen. So AVAX Zen will not move. Dude, Zone or XO1 or what the fuck ever this is, the coin that is designed for FUD. Man, I'm still up on this. Even with this dump, my airdrop is still up. This is such a weird world. My airdrop is still up. XNF is holding steady. We found parity though with this bottom pool here. XNF is also a very fascinating token to witness. I don't know if you guys know how this shit works. So here, let's go back into a time machine. Well, I mean, I hope you know how it works. But I want to see one where it's the person going against themselves. Yeah, 6. So like what's crazy is you'll always see like two different, you see the address twice. One will be a sell and one will be a buy. So like the sell will be like someone selling their chips. Let's go like this. They're like selling the XNM, and then they go and use some profits of whatever they wanted to go back in. And like every time someone enters the lobby, it buys on the DEX. So that's why like constantly throughout the day, it's buying because people are entering the lobby. And then also it's buying because people are entering the swap lobby. So it's got these little tiny buys of the swap lobby shit going on. So when it had its dump this weekend, that's what happens when people fucking hold every day. Now that is a weird one because it makes you ask yourself, is it beneficial for people to hold every single day, right? And that's what is dope about what they're getting ready to introduce. I haven't really put my 2 cents on it yet, but they did this article about the Ethereum XNF that's getting ready to come out, I guess, on the 14th. So in 3 days. Damn, they're gonna do it in 3 days? The auction will begin on the 14th. Okay, so they sped it up a little bit. Last time I spoke to them, so Monday, Tuesday. So, okay, so I'm gonna talk to Simran. I got like a little chat. You know, we're gonna keep diving in on XNF and Xenify because I do think This is totally different than all the other crypto dApps right now. And I think it's like you're getting a second opportunity on like a cake or like a sushi token, or any of those like DEX tokens from like 2020. I'm feeling like XNF is gonna be able to do that plus a lot of more. And the reason for the a lot more is what they're doing on the ETH side. So on the ETH side, you're gonna have to burn VXNF, right? This is gonna be an OFT. So similar to the Zen one, which is a VZen, virtual Zen, the OFT can float, like it can keep its supply and still float around, right? So the OFT is gonna be on Arbitrum, but it'll be recognizable by both Binance and by Ethereum. It's a mindfuck. If you don't know about OFTs, you should learn about them because they're pretty special in layer 0 and how they operate, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. I think it's the most decentralized way to bridge Bitcoin. I think it's the most decentralized way because you don't have to wrap your BTC, and that's what the beauty is that the program handles the swaps. You can go more in depth with layer 0. I've talked about it a lot on my channel way back when. But yeah, that's what this is. It's a layer 0 token on Arbitrum. All right, so you're gonna burn your XNF on Arbitrum and you're gonna burn it on BNB. And then it's gonna create this token that you can burn on Ethereum. So essentially, the mainframe is Arbitrum. That's what they've been saying. That's why this one doesn't have a XNF. They're saying that this is the mainframe and that BNB is just like a supporting chain. I like the way their architecture is, to be honest. And it's kind of funny, everyone thinks they're gonna be like releasing on all the chains. I know that they're gonna probably take their time. They did say this was gonna take 3 months. So I'm very curious to ask them why they decide to just be like, we're gonna do it right now then. I wonder if they see something here that's making them say, oh, we can't wait 3 months because the tokenomics will be 3 months of downside. Because again, all people have to do is keep playing, hold the token, let the increase in price, and then just dump it into this burn pool. And then the way that you kill it, right? Because Xenify could die. There is a Xenify could die scenario. The Xenify could die scenario is that the price goes so high that there's a super sell-off and then there's never ETH entering the lobby to buy back the token. So there is that. Like, that's why I'm saying it's not Zen. And it's not DBZen, because DBZen lives without any, DBZen can just stay alive. Like, it doesn't need any interaction. Right? It's up to the person to play it. That's why we hate it, because it's so damn vanilla. And it lives off of no one interacting with it. It's actually beneficial. So like on all the subchains, DBZen is beneficial if no one's been interacting on it, but everybody be interacting and shit. Messing my head up. But I think that is superior in crypto. If no one needs to touch it and it works, it's that immutable, that shit is forever. But if it has any variables like a Xenify, where the ETH is being recycled to pump some sort of simulation, whether it's a buy and burn pump simulation, whether it's a price pump simulation, you know, like it's being simulated to do something. So it needs to be stimulated to continue its job, right? So that's what could happen here. And that would be on Xenify to be like, well, where are you going to get the extra ETH from, right? Right now, they're getting extra ETH from people trading. So we'll go down here real quick. They added this box, which is pretty dope. It keeps track of all your auctions that you get into. So you'll see here, like I'm DCA 0.01 ETH. I'm just going to run with it every single day on Arbitrum. I'm not gonna spread myself thin because I'm not a stupid Xenian who's gonna go and be on every chain because shit is there. I don't think that's smart, bro. So it's not the main narrative that you need to go to every chain. That's kind of why I like to think that BNB for Xenify is a supporting role. The main frame is Arbitrum. If I want to get deeper in the game, like let's say I want to go to Ethereum, that's a supporting role because now I'm gonna need 2 XNF tokens to get the most leverage, right? So I'm already doing myself a disjustice if I'm not on BNB. So I'm okay with that. If the divs are good and I have a bunch of XNF over here, fuck it. Then maybe I'll sell some and then I'll buy community B XNF to burn. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess at that point it doesn't really matter because wherever you have the most XNF, you can burn and still get a dominant side of things. So it's really merging 2 more blockchains and communities together because I do not know what's going on BNB side because I have no BNB and I don't plan on getting any. But over here on the Arbitrum side, best believe I'm gonna be doing 0.01 a day, right when it hits 6 until the halvening at least. This thing halvens and gets less in about 80 days. So in 80 days, this will be a lot less than it is today. So pretty much keeping up with inflation on the ETH lobby is just DCAing the same amount until the halving. So I'm gonna just keep doing that. If these batches start to uptake, maybe I'll put in some more to stay up with inflation of batches. But for right now, I'm comfortable with just whatever the fuck I'm getting because it's not that bad. Especially today, if not a lot of people getting the ETH auction because they're spreading themselves thin and trying to do both. They're trying to hokey pokey on both sides. Then I'm gonna get a lot of XNF and I'm hyped. I'm also entering the YSL auction. And then here, what my strategy's been is I'm only doing like the $10 cost one right now. It costs $10. So I'm burning YSL because you don't have to burn a lot of it to enter this auction. And I'm holding my VZen because I think VZen is gonna be more valuable in the long run between the 2 of these tokens. Like, I don't expect YSL to be more valuable than VZen when it comes to versatility. It might be more valuable in price, but versatility, the value will be here because this is 10 chains in 1 coin. I'm gonna beat that shit like it's a dead horse because that's what it is. It's an OFT Zen coin from the community. This is a forked community miner that no one even knows about right now. Like, and that's what's cool about XENblocks. XENblocks opened my mind up. Like, devs work together and then they take code and release it for brownie points. So now Xenify can reach out like Simran did. I don't know if you saw this, but Simran, he just was like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna reach out to DB Zen team. Damn, my shit is fucked. What the hell? Why is it so messed up? It's like not searching for anyone that I have. But let's see if they reposted it here. So this is one of the co-founders of Xenify. But he reached out to Razvan talking about VDXN and trying to see if they want to help cook up this because they could do it with the VZen. And then that would be a burner on Arbitrum made by the community. We could essentially community fork all of the Zen pre-existing contracts and put them on Arbitrum and attract Arbitrum community to a whole new idea that is really far away from Jack Levin. It would be, this is like, that's what's really cool though. Like Jack made Zen and now we're all making our own versions of it. And then it all serves the same purpose. It's up to the community to be educated to not spread yourself too thin. Like, and that's why I say pick your favorite blockchain. Now, if you have a blockchain like a Pulse chain and Pulse chain is just sucks and it's like you can't do nothing about it because you're not the dev, you need to get a better blockchain. That's all that shit means. I hope that this moves to Avalanche, but at the same time, the amount of fanboying that goes on Avalanche, I don't think a Zen product is going to do too well on that type of chain. We're also in competition with them with X1 chain, so that should also is messing my head up a little bit because it would make sense for people to or to diss a Zen on Avalanche because it's a competitor. But like on Arbitrum, we're not a competitor to a layer 2 because we're a layer 1. So that's the one thing I'm like, damn, Avalanche sucks. But yeah, so because of this Arbitrum wave, the flexibility of the OFTs, which you can do on Avalanche, but the community flexibility on Arbitrum, they can reach out and do ideas like this. So I'm mad curious to see what happens in these two prices. But yeah, I think VZen is gonna do pretty well, just speculating on how it is. So that's why I'm not burning that. And you can see here too, they show the batches. All right, so batches are, yesterday was a good day to get into the lobby. There wasn't that many people in this auction. It seems like most people they're moving into the ETH auction, which is good because this is 50% of the daily supply and it's gonna be locked for a year. So if more people are going here, then over here, it turns into, I guess you could say, like a whale game, right? But people are burning with whatever asset, you know, and still filling up the ETH. I mean, still filling up the pool. So the competition here can get pretty gnarly and maybe we get someone who overdoes it or something, you know? I don't know. Now the swap auction, now this one is super duper interesting because I started getting into this one very little. I started to have the epiphany of how it worked, and it seems like when I understood it, everyone else started to understand it. So I'm not ready for this, but if you have capital, dude, people are washing this right at the end of the lobby. So you'll see here, almost an ETH traded, or let's say almost 3 ETH traded in the last, we'll round up. This is pulling in about an ETH of trading volume. So this is what also makes Xenify really special, this swap auction. Because in this swap auction, this is liquid ETH coming from the platform. So if this continues to intensify because XNF is going up in price and it makes sense, like they make a trading auction where you can trade your VE XNF, then this might also get pretty pampy because people can just wash trade, or not wash trade, but they could essentially just swap back and forth all day long to try to enter this competition of getting the most XNF a day. And this is where the real liquidity comes into the platform. Now I haven't looked at it on Binance. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can check it out. Binance has only been around for 2 days. Let's see, what y'all talking about? Bro, when Zen moon? Zen is never gonna moon. If you use the OG wallet to DCA into tokens, people will watch that wallet. That is the oldest way to shill a project. Yeah, that's why I don't even use my regular wallet anymore. Dun dun dun. I'm right there with everyone else. It's 2023. Sometimes I have to like double check. I'm like, man, do I want to make a crypto bruh move? Like, why the fuck do I tag my wallet? But I paid so much in the 21 for the ESN. I'm like, I gotta flex this thing. Man, 30 BNB. All right, let's check out their auction. Oh, they don't have one with how much ETH entered. But yeah, 6 BNB, 4. So today would be the day. If you're on Binance chain, this might be a good one. Yeah, yesterday was a better lobby than today, but who knows if tomorrow will be better. So over on Binance, they changed up the how many tokens are distributed to everyone per day. And they made it so that the BNB auction gets more than the BYSL and the VZen auction. And so this is where they're trying to really pump it up, in my opinion. But again, I don't know what this means. What it would mean to me is that I actually should probably get in because XNF might pump, and the best way to get the coin would be entering the lobby with BNB. So if ETH did really well, then this side, on the Binance side, should get a lot of BNB coming in from people getting this token to burn for the ETH side. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying, in my opinion, they're trying to get everyone together to burn for the ETH side, right? So that's what the XNF is. In order for you to get that, you're gonna have to burn the Arbitrum side and the Binance side. And then that's gonna give you VXNF, which is an OFT. And then that OFT will be transferable to Ethereum, where then you'll enter the daily auction and burn this coin with some ETH to get this coin right here, right? So if we're seeing a real difference, it's at the 75-day, in the span of 75-day event, a hefty 2.2 million EXNF is up for grabs, with 30,000 available each day. The daily auctions will be doled out by burners based on the amount of tokens they burn of VXNF. The more you burn, the greater share of the 30,000 EXNF allocation you get a day. Now let's discuss the protocol to ensure fairness and distribution of 30,000. Okay, whatever, I don't really care about that. Oh, they're just showing you how to do it. Oh wow, they're gonna add a burn button so that you can just burn your XNF. you can get your rewards and just burn it. Damn. So VXNF will also have its own price. Fuck. Wow, dude, epic. A lot of emissions are going into creating Xenify. People won't see that right now, but I can already tell you that all these tokens are emission tokens, because you got to remember BNB, ETH, all that stuff is gas. None of it is storage. It can become storage, but it's supposed to be gas. I guess with the inscriptions, we're learning we can store things even further onto the chain. But emissions are important to a product, because these emissions is how the product keeps moving. It's like Xenify is an engine, and all these coins are its gasoline in different forms. And as long as one of these gauges are popping, Xenify is alive. So it has a lot of different emissions to learn about. It's like Zen. Zen has so many different emission coins. I actually posted a really cool thing on my X based on Zen's emissions. There's only 3 emission tokens in Zen. Recommend you go and see this post I made. It kind of gets you hip to the game too. If you're a little lost, I mean not lost, but yeah, go and read this, because this is what I mean. Like, right, there's only 3 core coins in Zen world. These coins work together to make up the emissions to power the Zenium ecosystem. So like that's where there's a big misconception in Zen. People want to make money off of the emission tokens, but they're still like being distributed. So there isn't any money to be made. Even I thought that shit, but I've already changed my worldview like back in June. Very hard for me to get into the pilot seat to be like, oh man, we're going down. But at least I understand what's going on here because of the research. So yeah, Zen is the ultimate emissions token in our ecosystem. So it's supposed to be the largest emissions token. It's supposed to have the biggest supply. It's on 12 different EVMs. And now we're trying to bring all the EVMs together, which throws another mindfuck into the mix, because it's like, well, if they all come together, doesn't that mean I can just go to the cheapest chain and just like pump Zen and you know, get Zen and pump this other thing, you know? So it gets pretty complex, but that's for the person who wants to surf and deal with Zen as an emission token on all 12 networks. Most will only see the emissions on ETH. And also ETH and all the subchains are 2080. So ETH ideology will always be stronger than an AVAX or a pulse chain ideology. But there can be products like a Xenify that lower the barrier of burn, and now they got to deal with it, right? Like Xenify wants VXNF, and then they want to take certain metrics. Now it's on them to figure out how people can game the system, But in the vanilla version of Zen, X1 chain will bring all the chains together, and we'll see what that does to things. Coming soon, Q4. But yeah, VXNF, representation of everything. XNF is bringing it all together, and now, we'll see where this is all going. Oh yeah, I see where I was going here. We'll see where this takes us on ETH if people are gonna play. Let's see if they have the price in ETH. I think it's the same price though. I think it's 0.01 ETH, which is not that bad of an entry, because if you do it early enough, you get 2 for 1. Yeah, I don't have it priced here, but it's probably just like it. Yeah, it says carbon copy, so it's going to be 0.01 ETH. Yep. And if you've been swapping on ETH, you should have an airdrop. Let me switch networks. What up, Tekken? Bro, crypto, everything in crypto is a scam. It's just who gets lucky with what projects gets good. May the Chargers and the Raiders rest in peace. Yo, shout outs to Shaka for the 10. Hey, for real, man. RIP our teams, man. Not our years, I guess. Once again, it's not our year. Yo, it looks like my shit stopped glitching though, but it's still kind of stuttery. Okay, so they're opening up this portal. Yeah, so 0.01. Why the fuck did I flip over here? Oh yeah, now I remember. So if you go up here to more, you'll see airdrops. And if you've made any swaps on Xenify from the last 6 months, you'll be able to claim this tomorrow or on the 14th when this opens up. So yeah, should be pretty cool. Now this airdrop, I'm gonna repost this on my X account so you can read this. But they talk about the airdrop. Now the airdrop's a little different than most of the airdrops you've seen in your world, right? All right. Now let's see here. How do I participate? Where's the airdrop info? Or did they not talk about the real airdrop? Because when the airdrop happens, when the airdrop happens, your tokens will be locked. The airdrop tokens will be distributed to you as locked tokens, but don't fret. What the fuck? Over the next 730 days, they will gradually free themselves, unlocking in your wallet with each new block. So as a block, that's pretty dope. As the blocks go on ETH, you will be getting your drop little by little for 730 days, so the next 2 years. Now, I think that's cool because they basically are just pushing you into the future. Now, if you want your airdrop now, then yeah, fuck Xenify. I want my coins now. But for the longevity of the website, I think that's pretty dope. I think a time lock airdrop and promising 2 years of successful possibilities makes it pretty nice. And you should have a good amount of those. If you have a good airdrop, you should have a good amount of those tokens by then, you know, within a year. So within a year from now, you'll probably be sitting on some XNF. And the way, again, that this is working, the only discrepancy that I could see is there not being anyone entering the lobby after a gigantic pump. And it dumps so hard that it's just never going to buy itself back to where people bought in at. Right? And that's what would be sad. It'd be sad to see this go to, let's say, $20 and then no one ever gets back in the lobby and it dumps back down here to 5. And then that's it. And then it's like, oh, well, I guess I should dump. And then everyone's dumping and you're waiting for the lobby to catch up to the price, catch up to the dumpers and things like that. So I do think they're designing it pretty well to try to combat that scenario. And again, it's all about the ETH going into that lobby and XNF disappearing. So if XNF is disappearing and coming to the ETH side, getting turned into XNF, that protects the natural price over here, because these coins will be less and less, getting burned more and more if the ETH auction is looking good. Or the whales say fuck them. You know, there's gonna be a lot of different scenarios, but I don't see people not wanting to get more Ethereum. That I think we can all agree on, that people will come and get their ETH. They're gonna get their ETH on, especially if there's like a super duper win where you can burn, because right now we have the tokens. Let me shut up. Let me shut up actually. If you use Xenify, yeah, you should have an airdrop. But again, the airdrop is over time. It's here in this Medium article. It says it right here. Initially, your airdrop tokens will be distributed to you as locked tokens. Over the next 730 days, it will gradually free themselves. I'll post this in the chat so you guys can check it out. But yeah, you gotta be skeptic on that, because once they come out, you won't be able to get them automatically. It's gonna take at least a year before you get half of them, and that's so that they drive usership. They want people to use the site, and that makes sense to me, because most people get an airdrop and then they never come back. They come, they dump, and they leave. Xenify is literally building the most fair version of an aggregator that actually feeds itself based on participation. And it's up to them to like philosophically put this into the world so that people comprehend it and don't shit on it. But there's a lot of ways to shit on it. But right now, if that token price, like if they can answer the question here, which is green dildos is sign language and bilingual, blah, 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 then this could be epic. Because if this is going up and up and up, people are going to start looking at this and being like, oh, so you mean if I do some swaps in Arbitrum, then I get a little bit of XNF? Like, I don't even have to enter the lobby here, right? And then there's still Xenians entering the lobby daily because they play the game, right? So there's a lot of different angles to look at here, but this is literally building it out so that we don't need other teams. All teams come together. And I hate that. Really, it was 2023, we still got teams. Like, this is my team, that's my team, you know? Or like someone can use cross-chain marketing where it's like they're gonna sell their Zen tokens and get Titan tokens, and then like it's like, ha ha, they selling their Zen for Titan. It's like, bro, are you really that stupid to think that impacts the overall picture? Like, come on. But yeah, that like my team, your team shit, that shit is dumb as fuck. I think that's not gonna last in 2024. Everyone's gonna be on the same team, and my team, you team, Y team, blue team is gonna make you stand out, and people are gonna want to associate themselves with you. We're seeing it already. Everyone's on the same page. They want to become a millionaire, but they don't want to get rugged. And that's the best thing you could do in a fair environment. So who knows? Maybe they should make a Solana NFT. Or bring Xenify to Solana. I don't think Solana has a layer 0 though. Let's see, CCV. So basically don't do anything. Well, you have to claim it, and then once you claim it, it's gonna leak into your wallet over time. So when you go here to more, you'll just hit claim. Right now you can't claim it because this token doesn't exist. But on the 14th, or I should say the 15th, when this token does exist, you'll be able to claim, and then you'll be able to slowly start getting that airdrop. So hopefully gas keeps going down. Shit, I have a claim on ETH on the 13th. I'm cringing. But yeah, right now, not that many people have gotten into my auction. Oh, thank God. But I don't know. Technically, this is safe because it doesn't really make sense for you to go into it now unless you're FOMOing. And you don't have to FOMO this day because the FOMO isn't on Xenify yet. So you don't really need to FOMO in. You can still like DCA into this, and you'll probably catch a good lobby day. Because I'm still doing my DCA. That's what I mean by that. I'm doing the same shit, and I'm just like, oh, catching a better lobby, catching a better lobby, catching a better lobby. Like, you know, that's what it's all about. This one was when I FOMO'd in, and I realized you don't need to FOMO in. And it was stupid because I FOMO'd in after I realized how powerful it was. I was like, oh shit. It's like, fuck it, well, I want something anyways, because the lobby's low. So because the lobby was low, I went ahead and just entered anyways, and still got a decent amount. But these low under 1,000 lobby days, we'll see if we can get one today. But these are batches. So 200 batches. I don't even know what that is. That's 2 ETH. So if someone wanted to enter with 2 ETH, that would just bring us back here to 1,000 batches, and then that would bring this up to 8. And these lobbies have been ending. They need a page now where you can see every single day, because this lobby has been ending around 10 or 8. So that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Because what's 2 ETH? What's 2 ETH to a whale? Like, oh shit, I'm gonna put in 2 ETH now before somebody comes and puts in 10 ETH. They're like, shit, I need to get 2,000 batches? Good God. Man, I can't wait for people to come in with trying to get 2,000 batches, bro. I'm the one batch king. That's why I asked if they were in Titan, because everyone wants the same goal, and they only talk about one thing when they can all feed into each other. Yeah. Everything wants to feed into each other, and it's almost like everybody wants their own slice of the fair pie. It's kind of funny. Me and a pseudo-anonymous developer, we have ideas to create a Zen peace treaty with the planet called crypto. It's actually pretty fascinating. In a wacky world of ideology of how everyone's red team, blue team, black team, U team. I don't know. There's a human behavior there though to be trolled. And we have 2 really funny, actually, anyone coming from the dark crypto zone, that's like you're into hex, you're into drip, you're into bank teller, you know, you follow Trevon, you know about CG, like you're in this like cyclone of like dark crypto. Like when it's like we talk about being in the light, but really being in the light is like being somebody that wants to work at like Spotify, right? Like I don't really give a fuck about that shit, but other people will do. And in our world, it's actually kind of funny because we pick teams over brands, and then we say my brand's better than your brand, and they all have the same mission. And then we get mad because people say, oh, you're stealing the liquidity or whatever the fuck, right? And then you can make the idea like Zen where it's spread out amongst all different types of liquidity, and then people will say, well, now it's too spread out. So yeah, you can never impress them all, but that is a funny thing that goes on in this world. We all want the same things on all sides, but everybody wants their own slice of fairness. And I do think it could all come together, and it will be hilarious when it does, because it would just simply be a coin that burns Titan and Zen at the same time. That's the peace treaty coming soon. Pseudo anonymous dev, you know who you are. Putting sugar in the gas tank. I keep gas in stable. Lols. I keep my gas in fiat. Literally. That's why I'm like, man, I gotta get the fuck out of fiat, dude. I gotta stop just coming in when I need gas. Like, how do I merge this world? How do I start making it so that I'm not always bringing in fiat? I'm still right there. It's cool though. At least I know how to bring in my fiat. I know a lot of people who don't. They stuck on that shit. How do I even get in, dude? Look at DXN holding 65 cents. On the real though, decentralization and fairness is a meme. Wells exists, so it's not possible as human behavior won't truly allow fairness or decentralization. No, that's the philosophical thing about decentralization, is that technically you're only that gets super duper deep, because that like goes all the way into tapping into the human behavior of like suicide thoughts of like, I'm going full decentralization, you know? And that's why my concept of decentralization is amongst the minds that understand that there can be that. Luckily, we're starting to get to a point though with code where you could almost say that mind contract of decentralization that humans have is starting to become that physical contract in code, you know? That's super wild, because then that's like, yeah, we're all AIs and this is a simulation and all that other shit, and you're tapping in if you can inscribe yourself into the matrix by like making a smart contract that everyone remembers with your name on it and shit. It gets pretty deep. But yeah, man, I wish decentralization could be real. I do think it's real though. It's amongst a group of people though. That's why it's like you have to surround yourself around people who want to be decentralized, and around things that stress test human behavior and actually piss the whales off. That's why I love Zen. Zen pisses the whales off. That means it did something it wasn't supposed to do, or something happened that was never supposed to happen that no one had calculated for. They calculated for everything but for what happened. Which was, oh, Jack Levin is gonna say no X1 on DXN, no auction. That shit fucked up everything. And that's what Jack Levin keeps referring to for XON, if you haven't caught on, is that XONE is realistically, it's a real troll coin to everyone who's mediocre in crypto. Because they'll say everything about everything, and like that's the decentralized part. It's a mindset. And now there's a coin that also lives that we all know Jack is gonna do the right things. Maybe he won't. Maybe for the fact of quantum, he'll fucking do the wrong thing. I don't know what that means to me. I don't really care for the coin. So he could do the right or the wrong thing. I don't really care because it doesn't affect my bag. I got it for free. So it does feel like he keeps pissing the whales off and he keeps changing the course on them. And that's what makes Zen really interesting to me. Don't be a maxi and you will be just fine. There is no need for flooding another project that you are not in. That is the competition of one you are a healthy investment in. We are all here to make money. Kinda. I am not here to make money. You cannot make money off of cryptocurrency. That is a lie. You can see a bunch of money. You still work a real job. I've like gone on not working a real job for shit, almost a year now, because I've been DJing hardcore. So what I used to do was work a real job and do that shit. And what I've done now is I've started to DJ more and replace my corporate job hours with shorter DJ hours. So now I DJ on the weekends and have all the weekdays off versus working all the weekdays and not making as much as me just working 3 days as a DJ. But before I used to be hella scared and shit like that, and like the idea of like, can I make the weekend happen? You know, in some way, somehow I've been able to finesse it. But like, that's what I mean. Like, some people are in crypto to make money because they got nothing else to live for. But then there's some people in crypto, like myself, that want to see it integrated so I can realistically leave the real world. Right? Like, it's even crazy that like people don't tip me in Bitcoin or pay me in Bitcoin. Like, I've been like, honestly, very curious. Like, when is this gonna be a thing where I'm making a regular barter exchange and it's just crypto? Like, the other person knows what time it is. You know, I'm selling something from, you know, I like to sell things on the internet too and things like that. So it's like I'm buying and selling things from the internet. Like, when does that flip to crypto, right? And then I feel like it's like everyone can be here to make money, but like, that is who's gonna make the real money, man. I don't care. Like, that $1 million like feeling when you're really getting away from this shit. Cause it's like, I've made money in crypto, but I've never made anything that makes me feel comfortable. And that's what everyone's searching for. And I don't think that should exist in crypto. Crypto's dead for that. You need a blockchain. Blockchain is what holds all the TLV. And when you have a blockchain, and that's why you need to have abundance of a blockchain token, not a token. So realistically, like, if you're super duper in crypto, you'd want a bunch of ETH and Bitcoin, you know, anything that's like a blockchain. But anything that's not working towards that, technically that's a token, and tokens don't make you rich. That's why people go so hard for Solana, because it's a blockchain. People go so hard for Cardano because it's a blockchain. Right? People went really hard for Hex because it was going to become a blockchain. People were happy for Zen until it was no longer a blockchain. So Zendoc says, what is the real world? I don't even know anymore, man. I'm literally floating now on the screen. What is the real world? Dioslan says, 0 points in a home game, bruh. Complex, Pumplex, Duplex, laws. New all-time high, 10K on XENblocks. Fuck me up. But yeah, so like, that's why I'm saying, like, if you're in Zen still and you haven't started Zen blocking, that's the blockchain. And we got some bad, oh my god, we got some bad actors on the decks, because they're not bad actors. They're playing their role. They're the fucking villain. That's what they're supposed to do. I wish I could get to that capital zone, but I don't think you can be a villain in crypto unless you have the supply of the L1. And that's why it's like, it's like we're all here to make money, but realistically, everyone is exit liquidity. Unless you have 100 Ethereum, you're exit liquidity. Unless you, dude, that's why I'm like, man, I need hella Zen blocks. Because I know how to play this game. This game is not played with tokens. Bro, this game is played with supply of the L1. That's why also the Zen burn was really big in the beginning of the year. Because the more Zen you burn, the higher supply you're going to get of XN token, that layer 1. That's what it's like, yo, if we're making money and no one's talking about it because they don't know how to make the money, in my opinion, the right way. Making money the right way would be burning the shit out of Zen. Bringing in so many Fiverr devs to burn the shit out of Zen that it just pumps everybody's bag from that point. But instead, again, everyone wants their own piece of fairness. They don't want anything like that. Like, nah. Right? Bro, that's why I was like, yo, I'm going hard on the first month of, we're almost, what, 3 months in? When did it start? Oy. I think it was September 3rd, actually. Yeah, 9/3. Or, yeah. The reflection of my birthday, 9/3. So if we're December 9, so September, October, November, December. So realistically, we're we're 3 months in, but we're 4 months of operation. Damn, we're almost 5 months of operation into XENblocks. Dude, you're late as fuck if you're not minting this shit. I'm gonna have to keep it real. You are super late. Like, damn. Cause this is gonna be like, most of these blocks I got under a lot. Under a lot. Let's see, my last 200 blocks, what's the lowest? So 100, so yeah, I got quite a bit under 100K. And if it's just gonna keep going up and up and up, so let's check my miner, dude. Damn. I need to add I need to add some support. Jesus. Numbers on the board. Yeah, man. People are gonna get left behind. It's gonna be epic. But I got numbers on the board. Stream every day. Talk about the Zen. Get ahead. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Get ahead. That's what it's about. Hell yeah, bro. See, like, that's just it too. The whales, one thing I don't like about whales, being in the space for as long as I've been in it now, I hate how they try to stop people from opportunity. Like, if I would have stopped Zen block mining and changed my whole fucking perception to fall in line with the whales, I would not be in the top 300 of this shit. There's no fucking way. That is hopping over the FUD. It's like, if you're in crypto to make money, but you didn't start mining XENblocks, it's like, are you, what? This was too easy. It's like, oh, this is definitely gonna spawn X1 chain. Like, that's exactly what I said when I started mining it back here, and now I got 13 regular blocks. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. It's like, this could definitely spawn a security layer. And then I learned about like all this other stuff that goes on in crypto when it comes to adding more security. Difficulty goes up. So if the difficulty keeps going up, this definitely is going to see an ASIC. Now the ASIC to make it would be so expensive that graphics processors or GPUs would still be relevant. Because it would be a no-brainer. It'd be like, oh, you might as well just mine with what you can. Like, regardless to your hash rate, you're gonna want to at least be hashing at like so right now my hashes just dumped down to 6.5. That means 4090s aren't even pumping the gas anymore. Yeah, let's see what a 4090 is pumping right now, because that's the most elite GPU you can get. Damn, I'm actually gonna swoop this. Wow. Is that real? Somebody must have just had to let this go or something. But yeah, I like this. Times 8 RXT A5000 for 80 cents. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. I hope it works. Damn, 19 days. Whoever owns this data farm in Switzerland, they know about us, bro. They make sure you can't have it for too long. Yeah, the 4090 is a strong GPU. You could just get one of those and you were getting a pretty good hash rate. And here, let's see. So right now the floor over here on the 4090, and this is not let's do unverified machines. So you can get one of these for 26 cents, or for 26 cents a minute. I mean, an hour, excuse me. There's a lot of philosophical things going into this as well. Like the way that I'm talking, like you can get this for 26 cents an hour, This is really going back to data times. And when you learn about like America Online and the amount of infrastructure that went into building America Online so that the data centers could get paid for hosting people's internet. That's why we used to have to pay for AOL and shit, because hosting isn't free. That time, like every time you want right now, you paying for your internet, whether it's paying your phone bill, paying your fucking home internet bill, like you are paying for interaction right now. So with that being said, wait until GPUs take the fuck off. This is just gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be so hard to get them, bro. Like we're gonna be Raspberry Piing, creating our own shit. I don't know. You might need to know someone. We got the one-liner. I'm gonna do an updated video of my my vibes, so we can get everyone online. Let's see what the 4090 is pumping though. Let's go. Come on, man. Should be moving slow as hell. Always. Always moving slow. Hey. This is the 4090. I have different architecture types now. I'm started using 75. That's good for low or old NVIDIA cards. But this architecture's 89. You need that for 4090s. Anything below that, 3090, you could do like 86. Or like A5000, you could do 86. Internet by the hour. Man, those old AOL CDs. Yeah, hey, what up, Dr. Jamos? But yeah, man, even like for people in my age range in their 30s, like we used to have to pay for text messages when the sun was up. Like they used to hate on us when it came to data back in the day. Now data is pretty much free. But what is starting to cost money is intellectual data, AI data, make your own money data. You know, this is the stuff that's starting to cost more than the average use. So the language is changing. It's like, when do we break it down to like, you're gonna have to pay $10 an hour to use a GPU because there's not enough of them. So that's what we're running into right now when it comes to the GPU game, is that there's not enough of them. There's not enough, man. And mass production doesn't really help anybody. Right, so, oh no. All right, I gotta open up a new terminal. Complete. All right. That's why we love the one-liner. You do a one-liner and you don't have to worry about, you know, setting everything up. You just drag, drop. Then I have my instances right here. So I'm gonna do 8 instances. Once I get to here, all right. See it. All right, and then over here, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Python 3, minor.py, oops. And then equals true. So start the miner, got my address, got the high ass difficulty. Jesus. All right, that's running. Ooh, yeah, this is impacted hard. 15. Wow, somebody slept on this one. I just got 15,000 hashes for 80 cents. Dude, I've been paying for 6,000 for 80 cents. Thank the Lord. That couldn't come at a better time. Big ups to whoever lost that today. I'm sorry for your loss. All right, let's go ahead and set up. Oh no. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and set up this one. I just want to see what the 4090 is pumping out. I'm actually not going to keep this one with me. Just want to see what you can get for 26 cents. All right, there we go. And then just need one. Oh, duh. Yeah, memorize, like, this is why people are good at coding, because they just memorize everything. So you can earn 2,500 hashes for 25 cents. So that's pretty chill. Here, I'll leave it on, and we'll see how. Well, actually, I don't want to leave it on. But yeah, this is what you would be getting with the most elite GPU you can get to hash XENblocks. Anything below this, I would say, is a waste of time. If you're gonna do one, this is what you want. So this is, yeah, around $6 a day, and this is for sure gonna pump you at least 15 blocks. So it'll get you 15 blocks a day for $6. Now these ones, yeah, these are gonna pump out pretty hard. Different variations, because again, lots of T-flops, lots of VRAM. So it's got a, it's doing some damage when it comes to blocking and or mining. And this is where we are today in XENblocks, and why I was saying, if you've waited until right now to start mining XENblocks, you've waited too long and known about it for too long. Now it's gonna hurt. And I wish it doesn't hurt. What I would say is you're not too late, because this is probably going to 200K. So hopefully you can mine. I would say you're no longer, I mean, you can get back, or whatever you want to do, man. You can get on the mission to validate. But if you are still saying, I want to make money in crypto, it's going to cost you a lot of money to do that with this one now. The I want to make money thing was kind of a little bit earlier. Now you're going to need to put at least $500 behind this a week to get to the top. I mean, to stay in the top 300 is at least $20 a day. Now, so to get there, you're like you're gonna have to speed up using hash power, and it's gonna take a while and a lot of money. So that shit sucks. But yeah, you're not late. That's the best part about it. You just know about it and you didn't mind. But this is nuts, man. Yeah, I'm happy to turn these miners on. I'm gonna turn this one off though, because yeah, it's not even worth 20 cents. I'd rather put that 20 cents into my 80-cent machines. Yeah, because these 80-cent machines, these are the truths. So this one I've had running for 7 days. But that's the idea. The idea is to grab one and hold it for as long as you can. And just kind of like a car, like just feed your gas. Slow feed it. And you should be able to stay up. There's also a run pod that you can utilize. They have really good rates as well for singular miners. So, but theirs are like 10 cents more. So I think the 4090 over here is, yeah, it's 60 cents versus like 30 cents. So about 50 cents more or whatever. But yeah, just buy Zen and make money. That's too simple for some people, man. They can't just buy Zen and make money. That is a mindfuck. Me, on the other hand, God damn it, everybody's buying up this bottom, bro. See, I'm streaming right now and I'm not paying attention, so I'm not DCAing in. Well, there's some really giant sells coming in and a lot of buys coming after. Let's check these out. Okay, so this person's just a buys and sells, and that's it. So not a miner, just a buyer, a seller. Damn. Made $1,000. Congratulations. Where did they get this extra Zen from this moment in time? Why did it not show up? Oh, because they bought it on USDC. Huh. Yeah, that's back in the day. OG. So this is what I mean though, man. The behavior, the human behavior on Zen is just, it's just like not enough for me to be like, oh, okay. Like I want to see the community. We've already won. The community won't give up. So it's not going to be the community. It's literally going to be a fudder. And I mean, maybe when they do sell, it's like such a capitulation catalyst moment for everyone that's been observing that like it is something that we all just have to wait for. Look at this. And this person bought 5 days ago and then just sold right now. So they sold for a loss. Damn, they just threw away $4,000. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the chart, this dude, Zen looks so insane right now. There is a whale game happening right now on the chart like crazy. I need simple. What you're doing is too complex for my old brain. Don't worry, Zen dog. One day, it will all make sense. But again, it's the layer one. That's all you gotta remember. You're doing layer one activities. Zen is a token. It's supposed to be liquid. There's a esoteric meaning to the stock market. And that's why they use water terms, because water is currency. And that's why, like we say, you know, flood the market. You're gonna get liquidated. So the concept of money or currency is supposed to be liquid. You're supposed to follow things in currency that are extremely liquid. I love Zen, bro. It is so designed to be a pool, an ocean of crypto. Now, will it ever get to that? I don't know. We've never seen anything like this that could get that big. Greed probably won't let it get that big though. It'd be the reverse psychology. We burn it all before it's like an ocean of Zen. Right now, I would say this is the ocean. You can swim around. You can go to XENBOX and pick up a bunch. You can go to OKX and pick up a bunch, right? So Zen is actually more complex than XENblocks because it's so liquid. Yeah, it's a weird one. Here we go. Yay! So this person, they like minting here. So a bunch of Fs. Yeah. So this is what I mean by these accounts that have nothing but Fs. This is where someone's sending their mints to a different wallet. Damn, this changed the way that this reads. I'm kind of sad about that. But yeah, these mints are getting smaller. So this is actually what it is right now, $8. They're getting, everyone who doesn't have EAA is getting half of the rewards. Like the rewards have already halved themselves. There's only a small amount of wallets that actually have excessive amounts of rewards. Anything below 4,000 or 400. Or how do you say this? I would say, yeah, unless it's there's a certain day range, man. I gotta put the research together for you. But yeah, there's a certain range in this age where you're not seeing the EAA anymore. And then people are just dumping max mints. So we're getting to a base of max mints, and that max mint does not benefit from Zen going down. So with Zen going down, anyone who max mints, they're gonna run into a problem where they don't have enough inflation, enough EAA to like recover from what they've been doing over time. Dude, that element is coming in at the most perfect time. Like, look at the chart. This thing is wailing up. Now we should break through here. I bet if we go to a smaller time frame like the 15, we're probably, yeah, we're swimming already. So we're swimming on the 15, but I mean, we don't have that much more room unless someone's gonna exit. We're coming up on an exit here. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of whale game going on right now though. Look at these buys coming in. This person's bought over $82,000 worth of Zen. Let's see what they do with it. Money, money, making money, money. But better off to alts. I'm not DCing down from 5 zeros into 15. Yeah, I'm actually looking at Solana. I have some Sol, and I'm thinking about getting into Solana stuff, dude. That shit is strong. That community is strong. I hated on them for a whole year, and they've shown me nothing but strength. Strength in numbers. Let's see. Oh no. So this person buys, sends it to another wallet, and then what do they dump it there? And then they send it, this wallet sends the Zen to the DEX. Weird. Okay. Yeah, man. Sometimes I hate looking at this and stuff because I'm like, dude, this is like a whole, there's so much stuff being built right now. It's kind of weird on like all levels. Because it's not real human behavior. The only real human behavior comes when it's in full Zen down. And that's kind of why I'm like, dude, this is not going to hold. Like, it's just going to rebound. There's not enough sell pressure. You need the community to start selling on itself again. That FUD is out. Especially now that Cleo's out. Oh yeah, shit's going to get nice. And maybe DB Zen finally can recover. Now that Cleo's out. I already know a couple of Zenians that are like, okay, cool, I might think about it. So, yeah, they just got to keep Cleo out the mix, man. This shit can do something. But yeah, man, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I gotta wrap this shit up. We'll see where this goes throughout the week. But yeah, still working on this new setup here. Floating head, crypto bro. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:30, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Wednesday, I'll be doing a morning stream and then an afternoon stream with Xenify, diving in and going over the ETH launch that's going to be happening on Thursday. So definitely tune into that one. Bring some questions because we're just going to dive in and see what's the next big thing going on in their ecosystem. But yeah, man, y'all stay chill, stay real. Peace.